Hey everyone, it's Kelly. I'm just now checking in after my surgery. I had RNY gastric bypass on March 20th, 2012. And so I'm 8 days post-op and I'm feeling better, but I've just been taking my time making a video and concentrating on recovering and feeling better. So I am officially 31.4 pounds down since I weighed in at the doctor's office on January 31st. So I'm 212.4 now, and that's amazing to me. I've never in my life lost 31 pounds in 2 months before, so I think that's great. As far as my surgery went, it went well. I had a couple of little bumps in the road, but nothing too huge. I had a little trouble with the anesthesia. They had a little trouble waking me up, and then when I woke up, they said that it was the anesthesia, like, getting out of my body, leaving my body, but I would start shaking, and, it would start with my chin, and so my chin would start going, blah, 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 and it would just ripple through my whole body, and so I would shake all over. And with all the pain right after surgery, it didn't feel good. So, and that scared me. I actually asked the lady when I was in recovery, the nurse came in, and I was doing all that shaking, and I actually asked her if I was dying because it felt so bad. And it continued for several hours after surgery. And then I asked for some pain medicine. I thought I would have a morphine pump, but I did not. And so they came in and they put Dilaudid in my IV. And I don't know if I've ever had Dilaudid before, but I know that I've not ever had it just directly in an IV before. And then it was literally like 1 minute after I got the Dilaudid, they got me up to walk. And it was the most painful 45 steps I have ever taken. I don't even know if it was really 45, but it felt like it was 4 miles. That was the most painful thing. I mean, the surgery is a very painful one, and that first walk is really hard. I walked, kind of down the hall and then back to my room, and my husband was with me, and then the tech from the hospital was with me, and I know it seemed like I was probably taking 1 step every minute at the end, but it was so, so painful. And then I also tend to hold my breath when I'm in pain, and so my husband spent his time saying, breathe, breathe, and of course I'm lightheaded because I'm not breathing. So it was really, really a hard time. I didn't, thankfully, have all of the pain in my chest from the gas or the pain in my shoulder. I didn't have any of that when I was in the hospital, so that was good. Then immediately after I took my walk down the hall at the hospital, my husband said my head no sooner hit the pillow and I was out. The Dilaudid had hit me and I was out. I had a visit from a friend, and she came in, she brought a gift, she stayed for a little while. I never knew she was there. As she says I woke up and I said something to her, I don't even remember it. I don't have a clue. Didn't even know who I was. Well, after they took me on my first walk, then they told my husband, you need to get her up, help her get up every hour and walk, because it's very important for bariatric patients to walk. So I get ready to get up, and my husband gets me up, and I am like a zombie, a total zombie. And all I could say to him was, I think there's something wrong with me. And he'd say, do you want me to get the nurse? And I'd say, I don't know. Only it wasn't that intelligible. I couldn't speak that well. So it really sounded more like mumbo jumbo, he said. He got me standing up. I don't know how he did. He got me standing up, and then I do remember my head kept falling over. I was just like, it was like I was passing out standing up, and he tapped me on the face and tried to wake me up. Didn't do any good. He finally went and got the nurse, and said, he said, I think she's having a reaction to the medication. She's not okay. She's out of her head, which was a nice way of putting it. And then the nurse came and checked on me, and she said, you just need to sleep all this off. So I slept it off, but then after that, they didn't have any other orders from my doctor for any other pain medication. So I went from then, I guess I got a pain shot about 4 o'clock or something, 3 or 4 o'clock. I went from then until the next day when I checked out of the hospital and got liquid Lortab. I went all that time with no pain medicine. So, and it was painful. There was a lot of pain involved. So I should have asked them to call my doctor. But it was really late. You know, it was late at night by the time I realized I couldn't take the Dilaudid. And, you know, it's kind of a big deal to get a hold of the doctor out after hours, and I didn't really want them to bother him. So I didn't. Probably if I did it again, if I, you know, look back, I probably should have had them call because it would have been better. But after I slept off the Dilaudid, I got up. I got myself up. My husband had already gone home to take care of our granddaughter, and I got up and I unhooked my IV and unhooked the sleeves. They had sleeves on my leg that pumped up like every 45 seconds to stimulate the blood flow so I don't get blood clots. I unhooked all that stuff and I walked myself up and down the hall, and I continued to do that every 2 hours. I had like an internal body clock at the hospital, and I got up every 2 hours and I walked the halls, and I walked and I walked and I walked. And since I couldn't have anything to drink, they would give me these glycerin swabs to swab around my mouth. And so each time I would take a lap around the hall, I would stop at the nursing station and pick up some fresh glycerin strips, kind of like my incentive. You do your walking and you can get some glycerin swabs. And so I would do that and lay back down for a little while. I think I would doze, but I don't know if I ever really went to sleep because I don't find the hospital bed that comfortable. So I walked all night long, and then the next day I was able to go home. So that was great. I felt better. They called in prescriptions for liquid Lortab, so that was good, and then some nausea medicine, which I have not had to take, which I think I have felt nauseated, but not to the point that I was like dry heaving or throwing up and needed the medicine. That was good. Came home. I have been walking inside my house and walking around my house. My husband's he's off work and he's doing a lot of yard work, so I'm going out to see what he's doing. He's trimming trees, and I'm checking up and see if he's doing it and making it look good. And I went for my 1 week checkup on Monday, and it was really good. I told the doctor that I'm just not able to eat a lot. I'm not getting in all the protein they want me to get in. I'm not getting in all the fluid they say I need to take in. I'm just not. I physically cannot hold it. And he said that, well, he said, well, you don't look like a prune, so I think you're okay. But he said that they don't want you to eat a lot. He said, we don't want you to eat a lot in the beginning. So it's okay. He said, don't worry about it. Just get in what you can. So, like yesterday was a big day for me. I felt like I was kind of turning the corner and able to eat more. I had a fourth of a protein shake in the morning. For lunch, I had, I was able to add in like full liquids, so I can have cream soups now that are watered down to the consistency of water. So I had some cream of chicken soup for lunch. For a snack, I had a sugar-free popsicle. For dinner, I had, and they're like fourth of a cup. I'm having a fourth of a cup of everything. So for dinner, I had a fourth of a cup of some roasted red pepper and tomato soup. And then later on that evening, I had another fourth of a protein shake. So I'm taking in a total a half of a protein shake, and then a half a cup of soup throughout the day, and a popsicle. And I'm probably drinking 20 to 25 ounces of water, and I'm struggling to get that much in. But he said that's fine. Yesterday, I had 237 calories all day. I had 17 grams of protein, but 235 calories all day. So it's not much. That is why I'm losing so much weight. I'm happy, and I'm not hungry, which is bizarre to me because any other time I had 235 calories in a day, I would have been starving. But I'm not, and I'm loving it. So that's about it. When I was at my 1 week checkup, the doctor took out about half of my staples. I've got 6 incisions. They all have staples in them. he took out about half, the ones that were sticking up above the skin. He pulled those out, and the ones that weren't, he left in. And I'm under the impression the rest of them will come out at my 2-week checkup, which will be next week. So next week I'll go to my checkup, and I also will go to a nutrition class, and that is, I think, when we will learn about starting our pureed foods, and I can't wait because I need some variety. It's not that I'm hungry, I just want some variety. I'm looking forward to a scrambled egg or a fourth a cup of cottage cheese. That just sounds so good to me. A lot of the things that I liked before surgery don't sound appealing to me. They sound very, like they would be very heavy on my pouch. And a lot of things that didn't bother me before, smell-wise, bother me now. So things have changed. Thankfully, I still like the J-Rob vanilla protein powder, so I'm drinking that, and it's still good to me. I did start using, the nutritionist that we met with before surgery said probably 95% of gastric bypass patients become lactose intolerant, at least for the first few months after surgery. So I did switch to using organic rice milk in my protein shakes. My granddaughter has food allergies. She has to drink rice milk, so we have it here, so it's not a big deal. And so I'm just using that now. And I'm using so little, it's, not that big of a deal. I'll probably try to work milk back in at some point because I really like the taste of milk. As long as I still like the taste of it, I'll probably will work some skim milk back in my diet in a couple of months or so. I think that's about it. I've gotten several questions emailed to me, so I'm probably in a couple of weeks I'll do like a question and answer session and answer everybody's questions. So everybody keep making good food choices. If you have a surgery coming up, good luck to you, and good luck with your pre-op diet. And if you're still waiting for a surgery date, keep staying strong. It will come before you know it, and you will be on the loser's bench with me, and you're going to love it. So I will talk to you all later, and until next time, bye.